Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, Moon Day, named after the moon, esoterically ruled also by the moon. The sun is in Libra, 20 degrees. The moon is in Cancer, 17 degrees. It's the 13th of October, if I failed to mention that. There's some good energies going on. A lot of trinings. Mercury and Mars, as well as Black Moon Lilith, are trining Jupiter and the moon, which are conjunctish. And Saturn Neptune conjunction with North Node in Pisces. So a lot of water triangulations going on. Pluto's opposite Jupiter. The moon is squaring Chiron as well as Jupiter is squaring Chiron. The sun is opposite Chiron. Venus is opposite Saturn and Neptune. So there's some intense energies always, but there's other things going on. So we've got the cards for the day. The Page of Cups with a clarifier of the Nine of Swords, and the wild card is coming from the Galactic Heritage Alien deck. Renewed Hope, Zeta Reticuli. So we'll get into that. So if you're a cup, you're a water sign, i.e. Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. And the Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups in this deck, the Page of Cups is about the intellectual, fun, playful part of emotions and intuition, watery feels, sensitive and creative, open to psychic transmissions, unique perspective, dreamer. On page 76, I offer you artistic beauty. A gentle, delicate being, the Princess of Cups, is finely tuned to the watery world of emotions. And we have that all that water triangle, the grand water trines. Notice how there's a water triangle behind her. Perhaps naively, she wants to believe that a utopia is possible, a world with abundant love, light, and peace. Jupiter conjunct the moon in Cancer, North Node in Pisces, the sun in Libra. When she discovers the world could be a dark and deadly realm, Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, the shock reverberates deeply into the core of her being until it's almost unbearable. How can human beings commit such acts of negligence, hatred, and terror? How can they embody so much anger and ill will? Her bandaged eyes symbolize the unwillingness to witness the suffering. Instead, she must look inwards. Her strategy is to develop a fantasy world populated by gentle, radiant beings and creatures who are continually moved to love, support, and nurture one another. A world where love is given and received unconditionally and all forms of life are affirmed and cared for, kind of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. People can make it work in a fantasy way. As a child with a spirit where everything is evolving to its purest potential, she is able to commune with this vast domain of knowledge and accumulated karmic wisdom that for the most remains unconscious. Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, conjunct the moon. She therefore lives in both worlds and can be a powerful messenger using her perceptive nature and sensitivity to visualize and evoke the archetypal transitions and journey that we all face in life in an endeavor to come home and become, quote, whole. Sun in Libra, moon in Cancer, Venus in Virgo. When we allow the hurts and challenges of life to make us more inspiring, loving, and beautiful human beings, we are walking the most miraculous of paths. This is the alchemical game of transforming our burdens, the ball and chain of life we carry, into radiant possibilities. Saturn conjunct Neptune. To move through life with grace, to not allow ourselves to be soured by sadness or be held in the withering grasp of regret is a constant practice and one worth fully taking on. This card invites you to consider how a complaint, when looked at from a different creative angle, is transformed into a rich form of guidance. Pluto trining Uranus and Gemini, right? Sun and Libra. We can alchemize our perspectives, both with our minds, and our emotions, the fluidity of alchemy. Creatively, right? So sensitive and creative, open to psychic transmissions, unique perspective, and a dreamer. The clarifying card is the Nine of Swords. So if you're a sword, you're an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the Nine of Swords is on page 138. I perceive danger everywhere. Investigating your psychological turmoil, that psychological depth of the waters, Mercury and Mars and Scorpio. Black Moon Lilith there as well. Questioning your fears, understanding where they come from, nightmares and illusions. Know you are not alone in this feeling. So I think the idea is we're going to have to, the world is a crazy place, and we're going to have to kind of close our eyes to it and go into a very sensitive, still inner child place and still ask smart questions like, why am I afraid of the boogeyman? What am I moving towards? Why am I afraid? What am I resisting? What are my definitions and beliefs? But we're going to have to do it in a creative way, right? Going down the rabbit hole, down into the depths of our psyches. And when we come out, we get a new hope. We get a new, like in Star Wars, a renewed hope in this deck. So this is coming from the Galactic Heritage deck, number 79, the Zeta Reticuli, which are like the gray aliens on this moon day, the wild card. And it's a present timeline, Zeta Reticuli, renewed hope. When a crisis passes and we are no longer deep in fear, there is a sense of relief. It feels like a new dawn has arrived and the future is filled with hope. This is where the Zetas are emotionally in this era, right? All that water trining. Moon in Cancer, conjunct Jupiter, super deep emotions. This message for you is to see each moment as a chance for a new dawn. Nothing in the physical universe is constant except change. With each change comes the potential for beauty, joy, and growth. Don't let the moments of your life pass without noticing them as doorways to awakening. Begin now, right? So we can begin dreaming a new dream. You must dream bigger, darling, Inception style, but that means we're going to have to confront our fears in order to rebirth our hope. We have to get over the looping, right? A little Harry Potter wand action. We can't just loop on a pause. We have to like cast, right? And that casting is going to involve our dreams and our fears, our hopes, our fantasies, right? Our imagination, ultimately. The imagination can be light and dark, so we have to confront that in order to pop through for a new hope. Hopefully you see what I'm putting down. If you've enjoyed this, share it, tag people, comment, whatever's clever. Leave a tip. Obviously, holler for a reading. An hour of cards, many more cards than this, is $50. An hour and 3 hours of astrology is $150. If it is your birthday, it's half off on either or both of those if you want to spend a whole day with me. Good deal there. And if you refer somebody to me, you get a half off on reading of the cards for yourself. So, yeah, I hope you have a beautiful moon day and try to integrate your fears into a creative process and you'll go so much further, right? Harry Potter got out of that closet, but he had to still confront Voldemort. It is what it is. On that note, enjoy your moon day. Adios.